Hello, thanks for stopping by. This is the Ghost of Yotei for the PlayStation 5, developed by Sucker Punch and released in October of 2025. This was my first PlayStation 5 game, and I actually bought the Ghost of Yotei PlayStation 5 Special Edition console, and it came with this game. It was only a download, which I hate, but I really did enjoy this game, and my gripes with this game are very minor, and they're certainly just my opinion. The Ghost of Yotei is considered a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, although the stories are independent from one another, but it's a similar type of a game. I got that game in my pile waiting to be played right now, and after playing this one, I'm going to be moving it up higher on the pile. I'm going to try to keep this review spoiler-free, although there's nothing more than I want to do than to give away specifics. We have a third-person adventure story where you're looking over your shoulder of the main character. You play the character Atsu, whose family was killed 16 years prior. The game is you seeking your revenge on the Yotei 6, which is the group that murdered your family and has continued to plague the land. The core of the story is one of revenge. It's well-deserved, and it's acceptable revenge. You spend the whole game basically righting wrongs, and I am on board. The story is one of the few things that I really want to criticize. I loved the story, for about 75% of the time. It felt right. I knew what was happening, and it totally worked for me. Then they threw in a plot twist. A plot twist that I would consider fairly large. I'm going to give you one big plot twist per game. I'm okay with that. Something happens, and I have to adjust as a player. Okay, I'll give you that. Even if I don't like the twist, I'm willing to make an adjustment, and I'll give it to you. Okay, I'll work with it. But then you give me another major plot twist, and my brain jerks to attention. Then there's another major plot twist, and I'm done with this story. It felt like they were trying far too hard. I'll give you one big plot twist, sure. 3, 4, no. No, I won't do that. I don't like where the plot ends up going for the last 25% of this story. It felt like they were just trying too hard. They were rushing, and if I'm truthful, before I played this game, if you told me the core concept of the character, I could have written down the main cliche plot twists that a game could use, and that would have been what I wrote down. They were just too obvious here, and I think they were very much unneeded. 75% of the game was great, but when these twists came in, they just went too hard into it, and it sort of stained this awesome revenge story just a little bit for me. Now, as far as mechanics go, the game handles great, and it did not take me too long to get acclimated to the movements. It's a game of stealth and straight-up fighting, depending on how you like to play, and both areas work really well. I really like these stealth kills, and I'm probably a little better at it when I'm compared to, like, running into a group of 10 enemies just hoping to succeed. You start the game with your main sword, and through your travels you're going to unlock other weapons. I don't think you're forced to unlock them, but I would certainly say that you do want them, because fighting in this game on one level, it's really a bit of rock, paper, scissors. Some weapons are stronger against specific weapons, and your enemies are going to switch things up as they fight. It's really good to pay attention to try to maximize your success by changing your offense. There's a blocking system, and that's going to help protect you and allow you to disarm enemies or get direct hits after a good block. There are some really good blockers out there on the internet, and I'm just okay at best. It is a rush when you get a good block, though, and when you follow that up with a quick kill, it's pretty awesome. There are also secondary weapons like smoke bombs, throwing blades, there's a bow and arrow. There's no shortage of things for you to attack with, and when enemies drop weapons, or weapons are available on the battlefield for you to pick up, you can pick them up and use them as a throwing weapon, and that is awesome. Once I really understood this particular mechanic, I felt like I was starting to do well. There's just a huge benefit of being able to pick up a weapon and one-shot an enemy and take a group from like 5 down to 4. It's awesome. You can also acquire different armors as well, and you get different visuals. Tons of visuals to change the look of your mask, your armor, and your weapon appearances. And you can upgrade your strength and the capacity of various items as well. You're going to collect and assign yourself various charms through your experience, and these give you buffs in different circumstances, and you can use them to cater the way that you like to play. I was really confused about them at first, but it certainly works, and there are plenty of people online that boast their favorite combinations. If you get into this, it's probably worth checking some of them out. There's really no shortage of stuff to do in this game related to the story or all the side quests that they have. You can cook food, You can make ammunition, you can collect supplies, you can paint pictures, play your instrument, and make friends with wolves. There's plenty to do here. It lets you do a lot of these things, and they've also included the ability to skip some of the more manual parts of these secondary tasks. So if you don't want to manually cook your food on the fire, you don't have to. The graphics are great, seriously. I mean, this is the PS5. It looks great. What else would you expect? There were a couple of graphical glitches that I did experience a few times, but it was nothing too major. I once had an enemy get stuck in this geometry wall at one point, and it ruined my mission. I had to reload it. Only a couple of issues like this, so nothing I would consider too bad. I can't recall any graphical slowdowns or stutters when the screen gets hectic, and the settings they chose for the display, just what they chose for your background, they're beautiful. There was this whole area up on a snowy mountain that was just stunning, and you can run all the way around the rim of this mountain. No fighting, just run around it to see what's going on, and it's seriously awesome. The music that they used through this, it seems reflective of the story and the era, and I think it helps the immersion in the experience. It works just fine for me. My feeling overall for the game is that it totally felt worth the price of admission. I mean, technically I bought an entire system to play this. Even with only feeling good about 75% of the story, I feel good about the purchase. My first playthrough was a 60-plus hour experience, and it also has a New Game Plus mode, which is always nice. This felt like a full-priced game, and it was worth it at full price. I would certainly be curious to see if they're going to have another game in this series. I would certainly be on board just based on the quality of this one, although I do expect to get to Ghost of Tsushima first. Well, that's all I have today for Ghost of Yotei for the PlayStation 5. Thanks for stopping by for a look, and I hope to catch you on another video.
I don't see an easy way down. Wonder how long Hanbei's been up here.